I love visiting the china shop. They have all sorts of glass utensils, coffee mugs, china plates, bone china, teacups, and so on. And they also had wine glasses. You see, I had been away from God a pretty long time, and I was just getting back to Him. One thing that happened on my journey back was that I suddenly lost my love for my glass of lager beer. That many a bottle of beer nowadays is spurious may have also had something to do with my decision, but the fact is I just gave up beer out of the blue. I couldn't understand it myself, but I just lost my desire to drink, and that is where the wine glasses came in handy. Some good friends of mine from Canada had brought me a bottle of really good wine, and I had kept that bottle around for just a day as this. And so I bought myself 3 wine glasses that day, all beautifully long-stemmed ones. I reclined on the sofa one evening with a wine glass in my hand and sipped some nice sparkly wine in absolute contentment. Lord, I reasoned rather guiltily. Paul asked Timothy to take some wine for his stomach, didn't he? I don't have a bad stomach, but I heard that wine is actually good for health. The Lord didn't say anything, but I felt a bit guilty, a little like the guy who said, Lord, I'm going to throw all the coins that I have up in the air. Whatever gets stuck in the air is yours, and all that fall to the ground, I will keep. Smart guy, he didn't do the trick with currency notes. Anyway, I enjoyed my drink. Then I kept the wine glass in the kitchen sink, meaning to clean it up a little later. Sometime later, not realizing that the wine glass was in the sink, I accidentally knocked it down and it fell. I watched my beautiful wine glass break in slow motion. No problem, I said to myself. There are 2 more glasses. The next day I took the second one out and settled down very comfortably sipping wine and watching TV. After finishing the drink, I decided to put the wine glass away. But this time I was smart. I said to myself, I will not put the wine glass in the sink. I will keep it on the kitchen platform and I will clean it up later. After a while I reached out to take a vessel from the kitchen platform and knocked the second glass over, which promptly fell down, and I again watched it break in slow motion. Now I was a bit rattled. Maybe God doesn't want me to drink, I thought to myself. And so I stopped drinking wine for some time. After a couple of weeks, I got bold enough and reached out for the 3rd wine glass. This time I said to myself, wine is a good thing. After all, the French live such long lives. There I was, very cozy, very comfortable on the sofa and sipping wine very sophisticatedly. After I finished, I wanted to keep the glass in the kitchen for washing it up later. But now, I was smarter than ever before. I will not keep the glass in the sink, I thought to myself. Neither will I keep it on the platform. I will wash it and keep it back on the shelf. And so I carefully began to wash the glass. With my index finger in the glass and my thumb outside, I gently washed the glass. And the next thing that I remember is that I was holding a piece of the wine glass in my right hand and what was left of the 3rd wine glass in my left. 3 times is no coincidence, I thought to myself. And I took a decision to avoid wine in the future. I just want to clarify here that I still do not think that there is a blanket ban on alcohol. When I was in the wilderness, I used to drink beer every day. I was still God's child and God still loved me very much, but He made no demands on me to stop. There were other things to focus my attention on. When I came back to God, He again didn't have to ask me to stop. He just took away my desire for beer. And now He wanted me in no uncertain terms to give up that glass of wine. He has His reasons. It suffices me to know that God wants me to stop drinking completely. Why? I do not know. But I will obey His call. Maybe He has something for me to do. Maybe that which He wants me to do needs me to give up wine. Again, I do not know. But I will obey. This is not a story, my friends. This really happened to me. Whatever it is, I am not asking you to give up your drinking. I am just asking you to be fine-tuned to God, to hear His voice, and to obey His call.